Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to take a look at the EZA for Super Strike Piccolo. This is the Demon Piccolo, or well, the Piccolo from the Android saga, just before or just after he's fused with Android 17. So he is a Teq type lead to 77%. He has attack and defense of a 100%. Then he gains attack and defense when he is 9 or more. He also gives all allies attack and defense and support. And then he gets some very interesting abilities. So he can change any orb type to Teq orbs. And he also gains per Teq orb 20% critical hit chance and 20% defense. And then anything above the 4th orb, he gains attack and defense at 10%. And he also gains, well, that's how he gains the crit chance. So you have to get 4 orbs first, and then the remaining orbs after that will count towards his passive, which is obviously pretty important. Now overall, I think this guy is an interesting unit. He has some interesting support capabilities as well, which I think could come in useful, and he's an orb changer. So I think even though he's not necessarily super duper powerful, I think there is a niche market for him, if not just as a floating support on a nuking team. So he definitely has some really good abilities. Not forthcoming the ability to obviously change orbs, which I think is very crucial and very important when you are obviously assessing just how well a unit does overall. Now he does gain significant defense on super, which is quite important. The orb changing is good utilities. The key provided, the attack and defense provided is all very good utilities as well. And I think overall he's okay. He's not necessarily the strongest Super Strike unit. I think he still has a little bit of a ways to go. But he does have a pretty decent presence and some pretty decent utility that he does bring, as a free-to-play unit. I think for me the attack stats are also relatively okay, considering we didn't really focus out his links, trying to make sure that we obviously got a fairly common link set across. One thing I will admit that is a bit of an issue for this Piccolo is the fact that he doesn't necessarily share the link set of the other Piccolos. So he does have things like Namekians and Prodigies, but he's lacking pretty much everything else that the Namekians, especially the King Piccolo and onwards, do technically need as well. The big thing is I don't think his defense and attack stats are, huge. I think his stats are okay. You have to measure him based on his utility that he provides, because basing him off attack stat and defensive stat, he's just kind of okay, especially for a free play unit. Obviously they've come a long way, especially with the Super Strikes, but this Piccolo definitely feels very, very utility based. So lots of support, lots of obviously orb changing, lots of just decent stuff in his kit without him necessarily being super duper OP. He does have issues still linking with other Piccolos, and I think this is actually just the biggest hindrance to him as a unit functioning. It's just very difficult when you don't link up with some of your units, because you share Super Strike, Soul v Soul, all these kind of links that Super Strike units have. His link set kind of suffers a little bit overall when trying to pair him up with other people. With that being said, there is still good value in a lot of his links, Namekian probably being the premier link that you would like to activate. But outside of that, there's not anything too crazy. I think Piccolo is a serviceable unit for the most part. I think he's going to be great for some Teq teams, for helping them out in terms of utility, and I think for helping out nuking teams as well. I think Piccolo is great. However, I do think he, although it provides great utility, I think there is definitely a pretty lower limit on his overall usability. And in the current situation of the game, whereby content is just getting harder and harder. Piccolo does feel, at least numerically, even as a free-to-play unit, a tiny bit behind the curve. But yeah, that's basically it for me. Honestly, most times I would just say this Piccolo is a pretty good utility-based option, so keep him on hand to heal or change orbs, or be a support on whichever team you need when you need him. But he's not going to be a mainstay, and he's pretty okay, I would say, by free-to-play standards. With that being said, that's basically going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and otherwise I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and let me know how you find Piccolo in the comments down below. That's it for me. See you guys next time. Bye.